And we're back. Thanks for staying with us. It's time for us to discuss parenting this morning, and we are joined by Osezuze Bolodieku. She is a certified special educational needs expert and advanced certified autism specialist. She founded an inclusive creative center that helps to nurture creativity, social skills, emotional intelligence, and other practical skills that all children need to succeed and thrive in today's world. The center also provides support for children and families with educational needs, including autism, ADHD, dyspraxia, and other neurodiverse needs. So today we'll talk about the wonders of a neurodivergent mind. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm very well. Good to be here again.
You know, I just recently came across the word neurodivergence.
Oh, great.
And to be honest, I've been a little fascinated by it because, you know what? Let me not act as if I know what it is, but hey, I would just let you. First off, what is a neurodivergent mind?
Okay. So the neurodivergent movement comes from the movement that says that we are all different, our brains are different, our neural pathways are different. So when we acknowledge that we're different and we have different brains, then we also acknowledge that situations or conditions like autism, like ADHD, they are not disorders per se, rather they're a difference. The type, their brain is different. So
they think differently.
They think differently. So there is the neurodiversity, and then there is the neurotypical. The neurotypicals are those that they see as normal. And we don't know who is normal. I don't know. So those that they see as normal are the neurotypicals. Then the neurodivergent individuals fall under the umbrella of ADHD, OCD.
OCD is under that umbrella?
Oh, absolutely.
Are you joking?
Absolutely, absolutely. And when we talk about this neurodiversity now, like I bet we all have our struggles, right? However, when it affects our day-to-day life, our ability to like adapt to different settings, then it's something we should probably like look into.
Now let's narrow into, as a parent.
Okay.
Having to, manage a child with a neurodivergent mind.
Awesome.
First off, how you've helped us identify who a neurodivergent mind is.
Yes, please.
How do we manage it? It's very easy. You can easily dismiss it as a parent, or even as a ward or a guardian if you're not paying so much attention. You say, oh, it's just thinking like a child, or, maybe they're abstract in thinking. That word is commonly used in those sort of situations, abstracts. How do you help to sort of help this child understand that you are special? It's not, there's nothing wrong with you. You're not weird.
Okay, that's a very good one. And I would use a practical example. I would use my son, for example. My son is 11 years old. He has ADHD diagnosed, and he is... before even this time, when you realize that your child actually likes to explore much more than other children, your child likes to, it wouldn't stay put, but when it's something that is actually interested in. So take, for example, a child that would line up his toys, right? And wakes up in the morning, it would know when one moves. I mean, that is a skill. But for a parent, that is, why is it so particular? Why is it so structured? But let's look at the strengths, the skills in those features, in those characteristics, because someone that is that structured, that understands when a piece has been moved, I mean, that person's got great eyes for details, if you ask me.
I think so too. Because I mean, I'm one of those people. I mean, if I drop my phone here and it moves, I'm gonna know.
And that's a skill that would help with what you're doing right now, irrespective of your neural pathways. So when you understand, look at the strengths. There's strengths and skill in everything these children do. When you say, oh, this child loves to play on Roblox or Minecraft, in their love or in their passion to play, there's something there. So I think that's what parents should be looking at, parents, caregivers, teachers, looking at the individual. Like this is a person, right? What are the strengths? Because as a professional, I would say something for a fact. The neurodiverse mind or the neurodivergent mind has come to this world to help us. They are the innovative minds. They are the creative minds. So they come into this world to actually help us, right? And when you look at it that way, I think that's, as a parent, yes, it helps. It does help.
I'm glad that you brought, teachers into this conversation because children spend a lot of time at school.
Absolutely.
And if a teacher is not, doesn't have a keen eye, because it's very easy. A lot of, which of course is not just with the teaching profession as well. A lot of us do not pay attention to a lot of these things.
Oh, absolutely.
Even as parents, it's very easy to miss it.
Yeah.
But as a teacher, how can you help this child, to also develop this neurodivergent mind? Also in communication as well.
Absolutely. So as a teacher, say you have, let's say, classroom size 18 to 25 children. I mean, you're not a magician, right? You're only just one person.
Right.
But in your children, in your classroom, I'm sure you have different capabilities, different abilities, and all. So teachers will usually have all those magical ways we do things, differential learning and all that. But when it comes to neurodivergency, we're talking about certain things you really just need to know through empathy. So you see that boy that would be like, oh, are there ants in your pants? Why can't you just sit? And yes, we know boys can't just sit, for example, but when it's excessive, okay, so for ADHD mind now, for example, whilst we're talking, you're already thinking of, what am I having for lunch? Oh, did I turn off the light in my room? Oh, a lot of intrusive thoughts are just coming in, and you're not able to filter.
Yeah.
You're not able to filter through. So sometimes you're just talking and, we all do these things. However, we're able to control and, I need to focus on this. But that focus, especially when it comes to executive functioning, is not a matter of willingness. So it's not, okay, I want to do it.
Yeah.
However, I do not have the capacity. And that's where empathy comes to play. So when a child, you keep saying, just yesterday I was laughing, I asked someone, so tell me the behavior, the corrective measures you put in place, the punishments, are they really working? So when you realize that you've punished this child and nothing is working, you should think.
You need to devise another move.
Yeah, another
I know that you've touched on ADHD a couple of times, but quickly, before we wrap this up, talk to us, explain what ADHD means, because it seems to be a little more common amongst us, even as adults, right? But quickly, just explain what ADHD is. Okay,
so pretty much ADHD, we're talking about hyperactivity disorder now, right? It used to be like ADD, attention deficit, but now it's not just at the attention deficit, it's more about the hyperactivity, because when we talk about hyperactivity in the brain, it's how the brain thinks and how the brain works, functions, the chemicals in the brain, how it functions. So it's not, like I would say, a willpower thing. ADHD, most children act a certain way. But when it affects learning, when it affects adaptive skills that you see a 7-, 8-year-old child cannot button their shirts, they cannot put on their clothes properly, then you need to help that child. Okay. And you see that it has nothing to do with intelligence.
This conversation.
It has nothing to do with intelligence. Yeah, it's a lot.
continue the conversation, Zusi, next week. I mean, we really need to find ways to, help, these children, just manage, this
Their creative
minds
and allow it come true.
Allow it come.
Irrespective of the behavioral challenges.
Yes, please. Thank you so much, Zusi.
You're most welcome.
Next week. But we have to go on a quick break now. The show continues shortly, guys. Stay with us.